Good day, everybody. And this week, there's no races at Scotia Speedworld. It is mid-summer break. That means the first half is over, so we're going to talk about the first half because I've been to every race except for one. Just talk about it, how I feel about it. Little changes. Not many changes. It's not complaining video. It's not. It's just talking about it. Worst crash there's been this year. So yeah, it's gonna be not too long of a video, but yeah, there's no races today. So actually that's a lie. There's a race in Riverside International Speedway. I was thinking of going, but I like the car count for sportsmen is very high, which gets me really excited. But I work at 9 tomorrow, and my work is an hour away, so I gotta be up like 6:45. So it's in Riverside, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half for me. So it's a tricky call to make. Like, do I go? And who knows what time I'll get home at? And the deer out this way. I live in Colchester, and deer, they're so bad. And don't really want to risk it. I've been to Riverside before for a monster truck show, but never been for a race. So I was looking at their schedule, and if I'm off on September 6th, I'll probably go to that one. And because I know the mini stocks are racing, and I like to see the mini stocks on the high bank. So yeah, unless someone can convince me to go in the comments, then it's been a week. It's been a rough week at work, so it'd be nice to just stay home and just relax, not have to go to the races. But yeah, let's talk about Scotia Speedworld. Enough of Riverside. Been a great season so far, I find. I'm now sitting on the pit side, as you can tell by the videos. Such a better view, and you can take part in more activities and talk to drivers and take in the drivers meeting, and it's fun. The only issue I've had actually last week is sitting in my normal spot, and when the spotters for the sportsmen came and just stand right in front of me, like, you can go higher, So I moved. Luckily I moved because I would have completely missed the crash and turned 3 and 4 at 47 to 50. I would have missed that because I couldn't see turn 3 to 4. So yeah, that's the only issue I had being over there. So that's good. So let's talk about the divisions, I guess. Actually, let's talk about like calls and stuff from the officials. There's been no really terrible calls this year. I think there was one last week with number 68 in mini stocks. For me, it looked like it anyways, and the car in front of him spinned out. He spinned out, and he was sent to the back. And I don't think I really agree with that. It wasn't his fault that he spinned out. But yeah, it just got a lot darker here. It's supposed to rain this morning. Hopefully it does. We really need the rain. And it's supposed to clear up tonight for the races, which is perfect. There's another thing. We only had one rain out, which is great. I know Petty International Speedway is totally different. Like, each week was getting rained out. So, yeah. I'm not too sure what happened with Kitty Rides, because I wasn't here. And hopefully the races went well. But yeah, so moving on. Let's talk about each division now. Let's start with the Bandos. Bandos are, they're normal, good car count. Lots of spin outs, of course. Lots of cautions. Yeah, they're very fun to watch. No over the wall crashes yet, so like last year, I was not expecting that. I really wish I was on the pit side for that one. Let's move on to the mini stocks. I really have no words for the mini stocks. Honestly, if it wasn't for the mini stock races, Scotia Speedworld racing would be pretty on the boring side this year, and I'll explain that later. But man, just 30 cars a week. It's just crazy. It's crazy how many there is, and it's pretty clean racing except for last week. 93 and 19 are getting into it, so crashes, they're not very bad crashes, I'm still waiting for the day that one slips over, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, especially when they go like 3 and 4 wide in turns. I wish the laps were longer, like longer laps and stuff. And I kind of wish we were at the end of the race or after Legends, because it's just really entertaining. And you go from mini stocks to Legends, it gets kind of boring, And I'll explain that again in a minute. But yeah, mini stocks, I have zero complaints, zero words. You can't really explain that. It's crazy. And then the dirt racers came out from it last week. Got completely smoked, of course. Yeah, it was insane. It's been an insane season for the mini stocks, so hopefully the car count keeps up for many seasons. We'll move on to Legends now. Legends, I used to love the Legends. It used to be my favorite division. But this year I've noticed a very low car count in Legends. I'm not too sure why. I know there's a few for sale on Facebook, so I'm guessing people are just getting out of it, which sucks. I know for the standings this year, there's like 26 cars in the standings. And I think last year there was like, after all the races, it was like 40. But we're missing a whole bunch of cars. I know there's like a good car count for today's race in Riverside, as well for the Legends, but I don't know if it's because tracks are scheduling races at the same time. I know it's hard to schedule races with Petty, Scotia, Oyster Bay. You gotta pick one you want to go to. But for Legends, yeah, it's just a very low car count this year. So let's move on to the Sportsman division. It's the same thing, really. A low car count some weeks, like really low. Last week was probably the highest count I've seen at Scotia Speedworld. Yeah, so that's a good car count tonight. But the Sportsman, yeah, a really good crash last week, let me tell you. Oh man, that was probably the crash of the year so far. But yeah, same thing, low car count, even with the Shriners Classic. I know last year we had like 30 something cars. This year we had like, I can't remember, like, what was it, 14 I think it was. It's very low. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there either. Just racers going some other places, I guess. But other than that, yeah, it's good racing. But the mini stocks make up for all the low car counts for sure. Let's see here. Enduros, man, they need to happen more often. Sorry, I'm just getting over a cold. They need to happen more often. Except for this year's just 2 times this year, so it's a good change. The only thing I would like to see done is less requirements for your car to enter. Because if there was less requirements, I would probably buy a cheap car to myself. But I can't put a road cage in. I don't have that kind of money, you know. So if there's a team that wants an enduro car and they looking for someone to drive it, I'll do it. You know, it'd be fun. Let me see here. Yeah, so the enduro race, it kind of started slow. It started pretty slow, and then near the end, parts started falling off and got really entertaining, and I liked it. You know, it was a really good race. What else am I missing here? Pro stock. Pro stock. I don't know what to say about pro stock. I've gone to one this year, the first one, and I just don't like the car count of the pro stocks and how much more it costs to get in. Just sometimes it's just not worth it, you know. And I'm not saying anything bad about the teams or anything. It's just a low car count. I know I went to one a few, like 6 years ago, and there's like 42 cars. Now you're lucky to get like 15 per race. But other than that, yeah, it's a good season. I'm looking forward to the second half. Next weekend is the Monster Truck Show. I'm going to be going to all 3 days, so you'll see that in this channel. And I am working on a video for the end of the season. I'm collecting every single spin out, crash, fire, broken parts, whatever, raging moments for one video at the end of the year. I already have about 10 minutes saved. I'll add everything from last week's race to the end of this video if you can see. But yeah, I have about 10 minutes of crashes so far. It's been a really bad year for crashes, honestly. Like every racer's some pretty good crash. Except for the mini stocks. Mini stocks are pretty. Right, they'll spin out. That's about it. And I'm really surprised, honestly. There hasn't been anything terrible. But I think that's about it. I enjoy it. What I really like is getting comments from the race teams, knowing that they are watching it. It makes just well worth it. But anyways, the last 2 things before I go. Something Scotia Speedworld I wish they changed is when they do the pit party and kiddie rides. I kind of wish they made the practice section shorter, then we could start the race on time. Because some of the racers, they they race the next day. They gotta drive home. Myself, I work every other Saturday. Not every Saturday, but every second Saturday. I normally start at 9, so I kind of wish they'd cut this practice session down a little bit so we can get the races done in time. So we're not there until like 11:30 p.m. Other than that, last week they announced the 50-50 winner during the mini stocks, and no one can hear it, so I don't know if anybody claimed it or not. So yeah, and last and not least, I don't know. It's early in the morning. I'm tired. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these stickers left. If you want one on your car, My stickers are on the Overdraft Team's cars in mini stock, so 14 and 68. So I got 4 more left. So it's first come, first serve, and I'll come find you in the next race. And other than that, I think that's it. So I'm going to add that clip at the end of this video so you can watch it. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for all the teams that are watching. Good luck in the rest of the season. I am planning on attending all the rest of the races this year, except for the mini stock races. I mean, sorry, not mini stock, pro stock races. Like if it rains out on Friday and there's a pro stock race the next day and I'm off, I'll probably go. But other than that, that's it. That's Coconut, if you're wondering who he is. That's the little guy from Texas. And he makes a few messes in the house, that's why he has to wear that. But other than that, that's it. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next race. In August, what, 1st? Yeah, August 1st. Jeez. Anyways, we'll catch you guys later. Good luck in the Riverside race tonight, and we'll see you in August.